All right, welcome everyone. It's July 2022. We're at Island Drafting and Technical Institute. We're in CAD 1B, getting ready for the final exam. And we're going to talk about how to draw lever 2. On the instructions, it says use the units command to set the units to decimal. Keep the number of digits to the right of the decimal point at 4 places. Keep the remaining default units, values. So what it's asking us to do is type units, U-N-I-T-S, enter. It's what pops up is the drawings units dialog box. So we are on decimal, and we do have 4 places, 4 zeros after the decimal point. So we're good to go. You don't have to worry about anything else in here. So you hit OK. Begin this drawing by locating the center of the 1 diameter circle at coordinate 2.25, 4. So you're going to take out the circle command. And first, I always set the DIMS layer. I'm going to make my layer onto the object layer. So now I go to the circle command. And at the command line, it asks us to specify the center point for the circle. The instruction says it was 2.25, 4. Enter. So now we have the center point of our circle. We just need to enter the radius or diameter. It told us the diameter was 1. But the command line is asking us for the radius. So we have 2 options. We can click D, enter, and enter the diameter, or we could do the math in our head. I'm going to go D, enter, and the diameter is 1, enter. So we got the first circle on the screen. After that circle, there's a circle around it with a radius of 1. I'm going to pick the circle command again, find the middle of that circle, the center point, and I'm going to do a radius of 1. From that point, there's 2 other circles that are 6.62 units away. So I'm going to copy both circles. Copy, pick both the circles, hit enter. Now, you could just pick any random spot on the screen. So with my crosshairs, I'll pick a spot on the screen. And now I can move these circles. It's kind of like an invisible stick attached to them. As I push back and forth, it goes back and forth. I'm sorry?
I didn't know that.
Okay, must be copy, select both the circles, enter, pick any point on the screen. Now, if you have F8 on, it's going to go straight, but if you turn F8 off, you can go in any direction. So it all depends on if you just want to randomly copy it somewhere or do you want to keep it in alignment. So F8 will keep it straight. Now, I just have to pick the distance. The distance is 6.62. Enter. Then I hit escape to get out of the command. Now I got the circles in the right location, but they're the wrong size. So, yes. I was in the copy command, and it asked me how far do I want to move it. and then I type 6.62 and hit enter. I'll repeat the process. Copy, select the objects, hit enter, pick any random spot on the screen, push in the direction you want to go, and then enter the number 6.62, enter. Then hit escape. Now I'm going to change the size of the circles. So I'm going to click on one of them. If you have your quick properties up, turned on, the quick properties box will pop up, which is very handy. If it's not on, look at your status bar and make sure this box kind of looks, it's a rectangle with some lines, almost represents a calculator or something. Make sure that's on. That's not going to be on by default on AutoCAD when you first open it. So you're going to have to click on this customization right here, these 3 lines, and make sure quick properties has a check mark next to it. So that check mark's not going to turn it on or off, but it's going to make it show up on the status bar. So once it's on the status bar, make sure it's checked off right here. It's highlighted blue. So that way, when you click on an item, you get your quick properties box. Now, oftentimes when you first start it, the quick properties box is going to be right where you're working, which is not the best idea. So what you can do is go onto this gray bar right here and right click, and you get this pop-up menu for customize. On customize, I'm sorry, not customize. Where it says location mode. Normally it's by default, it's on cursor, which means it's going to be wherever the cursor is. I like to put it on static. What that means is wherever I park it, and I park it by holding the left button and dragging this around, I usually keep it up here somewhere. Wherever I park it, next time it appears, that's where it's going to appear. You might prefer it to be down here or wherever you prefer it. I prefer it up here. Now that I click on this, my radius is 1.75. Escape. Click on the other circle, and his diameter is 1.5. So now there's 2 arcs on this object, one coming along the top and one coming along the bottom. To get these arcs, we're going to use tangent, radius, circle command. So when you pick that command, it's asking you for 2 tangent points. AutoCAD's going to do a lot of the computing for you, but help it out. Basically, the tangent point is here. If you look at your drawing, this is where the one arc turns into another arc. And basically, it ends over here, more or less. The next question is, it's going to ask you for the radius. So after you pick those 2 points, type 6, enter, and there's your radius. Because that's the radius that the drawing gave us. And now the same process, tangent, radius, circle. Basically right here. Basically right here, you see that green symbol, the object snap symbol. And then the radius is 4.5. So at this point, I could start to do some trimming. Take the trim command, pick this one as a knife, pick this one as a knife, hit enter, and get rid of this piece and get rid of this piece. After that, we can use the offset command. So offset command is like the copy command, but what's different about it is you pick the distance first. So I'm going to pick the offset command. and it's asking us the distance. The distance is 0.625. 0.625. Hit enter. So then you get what's known as the pick box, this little red square. What it wants you to do is pick an item you want to offset. I want to offset this arc. Now after that, you have two options. Do you want the arc to go to the top, or do you want the arc to go down? So as you move the cursor, that's the only two options. So once you have it in the location you want it, all you have to do is click the mouse. And it gets you back into the pick box. It automatically will let you do another object. And that's good because we want to do this object down here. Pick this object, move up, click. There you go. Once you have that, you can hit escape. You're back with the crosshairs. Time to do some more trimming. Trim, knife, 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 enter. Get rid of this piece, this piece, this piece, this piece. I know people are fans of quick trim. I do not advise it, but use it at your own risk. You might end up with little somethings you don't see, and it's gonna trip you up later. Now, next one is the fillet option. So that's gonna give us these nice curves in the corners. So you pick the fillet command, and you have to enter the radius. The radius is 0.375. Enter. Then you have the pick box. Pick the items you want to put a curve on. Now, all you got to really do is make sure you pick on the part that you want it to not go away. So I want this part to stay. What happened? Fillet, radius. I don't think I've hit R for radius. 0.625, enter. So I want this part to stay. So I'm going to click over here, and I want this part to stay. So I'll click over there. You already see a preview of it. Spacebar or enter gets you back in the same command. I always say spacebar because it's a pretty easy target with your thumbs, and my thumb is always sitting on the spacebar, ready to hit it. Spacebar. Right now I'm moving very slow because I'm lecturing about it, but when I'm going, it's rapid fire. Spacebar. Click, click. Spacebar. Now, something doesn't quite jive with me right there. I think I might have entered a too big of a radius. So I'm going to go back. I use the undo button, which is very handy. Sometimes you wish the undo button was in real life. Fillet, radius, 0.375. That looks better. There you go. All right, and that's it. It's a tricky little object. It would be even more trickier to draw it by hand, but with AutoCAD, you can see a few steps and it's completed. And it's quite satisfying when you do draw it. So good luck, and please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about this, and if there's any other ones you might want me to draw for you. Have a good day.